Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Thursday morning? Hope you're all doing well. I myself fully enjoyed my day off and didn't do much knife related at all yesterday. Not that knives are stressful or not something I would do on my day off, but for some reason it just worked out that way. So I did catch up on sleep, and I did get stuff done around here that I needed to get done. So that was cool. Hope you all had a great Wednesday. Got over the middle of your week good. Good morning, Mr. Drummer and Mr. Pete. Looks like it's just us for now, which is fine. I did get a few knives in the mailbox yesterday. Well, man, my camera, I don't know why it resets like that, but that is not the view that I wanted. So let's move it down here. I had it lined up perfectly. There's just a fine line between perfect and not perfect on this stupid. Come on. Mouse. Well, that's better. Not quite exactly right, but there we go. So, good morning, guys. Need to save a preset for that. All right. So, in my mailbox yesterday, I got what I've been carrying all day or all night, and that is my Vespa Combat Trudon. I've had this in my front pocket all night. I am very impressed with it. Love the looks of it. Super cool looking knife with all the little aggressive cutouts and such. So I had that in my front pocket most all the night. Getting you you're gonna get a saloon today. That's awesome. And just so you can see how it compares to my other Vespa, there is a size comparison to the two. So it is a very large knife. You can see my hands don't even come close to filling it up there. But the action on this thing is great. It is a lot harder to push than my Ultra Tech, but it fires super hard. This Ultra Tech feels super soft now. But yeah, so. And secondly, in my back pocket all night, I bought a second FSD, which is another big boy. And this one was, I said I didn't do anything knife related, but I did totally fix this one. when I got it, it had terrible action, and I could not figure out for the life of me what was going on with it. I tried everything. I think the guy that owned it before me had tried to fix what he thought was wrong with it, and that's fair. But I found out something about these knives. These clones in particular, not just this knife, but they had an issue with those pins internally. So first what I did is I got my other one that I have that I've got tuned perfectly, which is this one, and I checked how far the lock bar was out and adjusted that. It's hard to see the lock bars on these, but you can see it down in there interfacing the blade. Good morning, mister. So what was going on with this one is no matter what, when I pushed in the lock bar to disengage it, the action on the blade was still really gritty. And so I went through a bunch of things trying to figure out what was going on. I started with making sure the bearings were seated properly. I put a bunch of oil in there, but it should just swing freely like that when it's not engaged. What pin looked crooked? That pin's not crooked. It might look that way. I mean, it might be. Oh, it's because it's not. I about cut myself. It's not the pin. It is crooked because it's out. It's on the liner, so it goes at an angle. When you push it in, it straightens it up. That's not a pin. That's the brown lock. So as that arm swings out, it tilts it a little bit that way. But when you push it fully in, it should be straight across there. Good morning, Audioitis. But anyway, would not do this for the life of me, so I couldn't figure out what was going on. And it was really pissing me off, actually. So I took it apart, and I looked at those two pins that interface on that notch on the inside of the blade, the two adjustment pins, and I noticed the height of them was different. So one of them was not seated fully into the pocket, and it was rubbing against the other side of the scales as it opened and closed. So that's why no matter what I did with the button, it still wasn't moving freely like this, because that pin was rubbing against the other side of the scales. So I gently took a hammer and I hit the pin down and I reassembled it, and it was buttery smooth and perfect. So now I got two of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with the second one, but they were such nice knives that I had to grab a second one. But I will show you real quick, since it's only two screws, and I've taken this thing apart probably 50 times during the night. Robin, good morning. If you popped in, I didn't see you. But here's what I'm talking about. And I did put some Loctite in these pivots. These knives are so... they swing and drop shut so easily that it helps to have the pivot. I put a little Loctite. So, and I've got the lockup so good, you kind of have to disengage it to get it apart. But here's what I was talking about. So these two pins right here, if you look at them from this side, this one is still a little bit higher than this one, but it was way higher. So it was going through the blade and rubbing on, well, actually it was rubbing on the blade. That notch doesn't go all the way through the blade. I thought it did, but it was rubbing on the blade and keeping it from closing correctly. So I just took a hammer and hit it down in there to where they're pretty close to the same height. But this one was sticking out way too far. And those pockets they milled in there, I guess he got them pretty tight. But yeah, all I did was just hit that one down, and when I reassembled it, man, it went right back together. All right. Let me get this thing thrown back together really quick. I did put some oil down in that little channel to try to fix it before I figured out what was going on. But that was a very annoying project that turned out to be satisfying because I fixed it. So that's the two knives I had in my pocket most of the night. Let me get this good and tight. Somewhere around there. Put this one back in. I like knives that only have one screw and a pivot. I like working on knives that... And there we go. Back together. All right. So I had those two. Got those in the mailbox yesterday. Then I got a third one in the mailbox that I got an extra of to send, I believe, to Andrew. And that is the Rat. A lot of people like this little knife. The thumb stud on it is only on one side. It's got a one-sided thumb stud. And with my hands, the angle it's at is a little off. Not bad. But I grabbed that to send to Andrew at some point. Good morning, TC. So, yeah, that was cool. Cool little pickup. But, man, this Combat Trudon is a beast. I haven't had it misfire yet. It did come with extra springs like they all do. And you can see how big the springs are on it. They are healthy boys. Big old springs. So I am liking it. Good morning, Cliff. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, and something else I noticed about this. Whenever you open it, so this one is not the Zero Blade Play model, of course. This one is, and it doesn't move either direction. When you open this one, it's when you naturally go to cut something, you don't want it to move this direction. You don't want it to move that direction, and it doesn't at all. It is completely locked up solid that way. It does have a little bit of wiggle back forward, but that's only because they've got to do that in order to make it move in and out easily. But it locks up perfectly with the lockup of how you would be cutting something. So I feel like I could use this one and it would feel like a regular knife because it doesn't move at all. And the amount of wiggle it has is very minuscule compared to other knives I've had. Something else I got yesterday that I thought y'all might find interesting. I got a couple of ultra fine tip Sharpies to draw on stuff, knives with and blades, and when I do my flipper tab deletes. And I knew these existed, these ultra fine tips. We'll go ahead and open these, get this packaging out of the way. Lay these over here to the side, but I got a couple of the super ultra fine tips, and if you don't know, they are tiny little Sharpies. Can't get it to focus, but anyway, it will draw a very tiny line. Let's see. So they're super cool to have. These teeth, I would say they are functional. let's try it on a chopstick, see what it does. It did go in and start cutting a notch. Not sure how great it would be. Oh, actually, once you get down in there, it really starts going. Yeah. It's cutting a nice notch. Pretty clean, actually, too. So that wasn't too bad. Worked better than I thought it would. Good question, though. Luckily, I had a chopstick handy to check it out on. So these I've seen. These were not new, but these were. I did not know they made retractable Sharpies. And I still don't know what I think about them, because how is it not going to dry out? But these are ultra fine as well. And maybe since the tips are so small, there's not much surface area to dry out. But I did not know they made retractable Sharpies, just from the simple fact that they would dry up and get, non-functioning pretty quickly. So I bought a 3-pack of these as well. Can't have too many Sharpies laying around. But I was really curious to see, and these are the same size, and they're retractable. So that's pretty cool. Don't leave them, and they have a super long, I think this has something to do with the mechanism. It might, I'm not sure. No, it looks like it's just pushing it out. Have my voice change. But anyway, I got some more Sharpies to add to the collection. These refills will go into, whoops, that's a regular one. I think you would have to break these to get them apart. Would they fit? Have you tried that, mister? Would these fit? These retractable ones? I don't see any way of really getting it apart other than breaking it, but if they would fit. You hate Sharpie ink because it turns red. Okay. What about my red one? Does it turn black? All right. So, what knives besides the saloon are we going to talk about today? Let's see. Let's get Firefox brought up. Where's the saloon dropping? On Devo, I guess. $1,826. Boy, I like the silver one way better, but y'all probably knew that. Purple Nurple, I guess they're calling it. did you just see a tat sleeve? Not sure what you're referring to. Oh no, you saw my. if you're talking about me, you probably saw my my long sleeve shirt that I don't normally wear. I don't normally have long sleeves on, but I was kind of chilly in the middle of the night. So no, it was not a tat sleeve. I do have tattoos on this arm that y'all don't ever see. I've got a chest piece. I've got a king chest piece over here on my arm. My girl and I got king and queen on opposite arms so that when we were holding hands, they're side by side. I do have tattoos, but I do not have a sleeve. All right, back to the morning, Tommy. Morning, Michael. Oh, I wanted to give you all a good update real quick after we talk about this saloon. I guess we've looked at it enough. I'm happy to announce that me talking to chat with on my YouTube channel has produced results, evidently, because I posted these 3 shorts 5 hours ago, and they've all gotten. I noticed yesterday that the ones yesterday started going back to normal. And so I deleted and reposted some of the ones that only got 20 views, and they're already up to their 500 marks just about in 5 hours. And my subscriber count has gone up significantly since then. So I'm no longer getting the 19 views and 23 views and 29 views that I was getting. I'm getting my regular numbers again. So I'm happy I went to support. I'm happy they fixed that. Not that y'all really care one bit, but I'm happy about it. So that's super cool. It only lasted almost 3 weeks this time. That's a Sever 7 knife if I've ever seen one. Let me turn off. I hate that little bleed through around the edges for that silly browser not being the right size. That definitely looks like a Sever 7 knife, though. I kind of like the looks of it myself. Very sleek looking. I like that blade. I don't know about that grind on it. I almost wish it was just a gentle sweep instead of that hard transition edge. Let's see what else is going on Instagram this morning. Broken anvil. That's a pretty cleaver they got there. I love being able to open Instagram images full size because I hate having to look at them that size. Yeah, buying views is a crazy topic, mister. I couldn't imagine if you wanted your channel to grow organically and have real interaction, why you would buy views. There are sites that will do it, but they're not going to help your channel growth, really. I like that cleaver, though. Let's see what else we got here. Well, that's pretty neat. All right. Cool little knife. Jake B creates. There's a look at it. Yeah, I like some of their other designs better. Well, that's a good tip, or lack thereof. Not sure what's going on here, but kind of like it. He did the old Spy Hunter. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Some of the stuff you see on social media nowadays is pretty wild. I don't know what we're looking at. There's Grateful's pocket check. Super cool pocket check. All right. I was going to show y'all. See if I can find it here. Got a picture. There we go. This is what I was talking about on my arm here a minute ago. Right here. So I've got the king chess piece. My girl has the queen, and when we are walking side by side, they are side by side. So that's what those are. If you ever see that poke through. While we're over here, let's take a look at some pocket checks. Here's Mr. TC's from sometime during the night. Nice little promoting his own brand in his own pockets, I guess. Looks like Co-Bunny got some more swords. That thing looks pretty sweet, I would have to say. I like the finish on that blade. Not sure what that is. Let's see. Yeah. Then this Mitchell? No, I can't ever remember who Death Blossom. I think it's Mitchell. Got him a Revel and a Best Tech of some type. Not sure what that top one is. Good morning, Christopher Hinckley. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the browser. Yeah, the Taipan, I like it. And it reminds me of my Chevron quite a bit for some reason. Probably the milling pattern. Let me close up this case and get it out of the way. get this other case slid over here where I can reach it. And I thought I kind of know where my taipan was, but yeah, it's got to be the milling pattern is what's making me think about it, but because it's not the blade shape. But it would make a great complementary knife to the chevron. And they're probably close to the same size. The taipan might be a little longer. Let's see here. That's not normally my blade shape on the taipan, but I'm trying to adjust my likes. So let's see what else is going on here. Mr. Bob, Mr. Knives Are Life. Nice. Oh, that's that same kind of one that I've got. I keep in my car.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah, I didn't say Alexa in anything I just said there.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yep, you're about to get cut off. What do we got here from Surge? Oh, something else I wanted to mention. I don't think Mr. Whalen is here yet. Is that a mini rook? Like, what is this? Oh, it's a new blade shape for his guppies. Definitely looks like a user blade. Wait, what's going on with the grind? Flip that over again. I don't think both sides, yeah. So this side has a couple little finger, and the other side is flat. I guess that's because when you grip it up there, trying to figure that out. Why it's not the same on both sides. I can listen to everything you say, but I'm afraid I can't do that. Have y'all heard about the fact that Alexa has, oh my goodness, I just said her name. She's been known to like hear couples arguing and like butt in and like stop domestic abuse from happening or something, just to let you know that she's always listening. I heard a story about that. It was pretty interesting. Couple was fighting about something and Alexa tried to step in as a middleman. That's pretty scary in my book. That guy's got some skills. I like it. It's nice watching skills every now and then, even if they're not. What do you got there, TC? North Mountain Blade. How is the crossbar lock on those? Was that a frog leg? Wow. Holy cow. There's Dan Stan. Nim Knives. I've still got to get a Isurus. Not sure what he's doing here, but something precise. Huh. Oh, the TS328, Mitchell? I don't know why I thought it looked like a Bestech logo. Maybe I was... Oh, now I know what logo that is. That's that, I've got one with that on there. I can't think right offhand who the designer is. Tops Knives. Some of these guys' ideas for videos, like the horse stables with Hinderer and walking down the railroad tracks with the Tops guy. I get it. You got to do something. There's another Tops Knives video. Their CNC machine. That's another brand that I probably should try. Oh, I got a little 3D printed pen stand. That's pretty cool. The pen's cool too. What else we got? Oh yeah, we got some knife shows coming up soon, huh? Yeah, Tepe. Yeah, it is Tepe, I believe. You're totally right, Mitchell. Good morning, B Shady. Why don't y'all smash that like button one good time? Get that out of the way. I'll tell you what, though. I really like... I know I've talked about it enough. Yeah, Tough Knives does have some awesome designs. I've talked about it enough, but this knife is super nice. And since it's made by Six Leafs / QK / whoever, it's got really good action. And without the flipper tab now, it makes it so much more ergonomically friendly. Being able to choke up on it. But I love that knife. And I'm really liking this little Fox core that I did with the lines on it. This thing is just a chunker, and it feels, I don't know, it makes a good noise when you open it, and it's very solid when you close it. The width on this thing, a lot of people probably wouldn't like. It's I would say it's probably close to 0.6, which is pretty dang thick. Let's see what it actually is. I haven't checked it. 0.565. So, just in comparison, this chevron is 0.496. And that's a much longer, well, I guess they're about the same. But it's a little chunky boy. It fills my hands good. And getting those parallel lines by holding it against something, and like we did on video, is pretty nice too. I actually lined it up on this side so the lines line up with these 2 points. And I did that on both of them. But yeah, I'm totally happy with this $50 LMAX knife. I mean, I could beat this one to absolute death and not care. And it's just got a good feel to it. It's got that clunky feel. And these have flipper tabs too, so it's been deleted. So this one's kind of modded, but I like it. Once again, not that any of you care, but I like it. Mister, I'm not sure about different milling patterns on the outside making much difference on the sound, but I will tell you that integrals definitely make a difference in sound because they have like a little echo chamber to resonate out of. So integrals seem to make a very distinct sound. But internal pockets, how they mill the pockets might change the noise. That one has some great internal milling. And I will probably still carry this for the next little while. Because I really like it still too. Let's see, what else we're gonna check out. Anybody got anything else they want to look at? You want to go look at some tough knives since we're on the place here? I really like that one. Let's look at it. Yeah, what is this knife? What is this called? What are we looking at? Vault 26. First one of the year. I like that knife a lot. There's a couple that have floating backspacers that make sound, but the one with the actual tuning fork is a it's the F003. It's a rattlesnake design, but that's not the. It's a F003 plus from dang it. Why am I having issues? Here you go. It's Forest Elf. Forest Elf. There you go. Mitchell got it. Yeah, Forest Elf F03 plus. I was going to type it in here. The F03 plus. So that knife, and I think I've got one video of it. Let's see. I know I've got one. Oh yeah, here it is. I actually had both versions, the Damascus one and the regular one. But I sold that regular one. You should be able to hear that pretty good. And you can get those still. There was a link to them. I wonder if I can type in rattlesnake knife. Yeah. So it looks like the only ones still available are the plain ones. I haven't been able to find the Damascus ones for a while. I got mine off of eBay. I got one of the last ones. They have a black one though that's available too. But Forest Elf F03 plus. And then Lemifshi worked with Rattlesnake and made his own design on this one. And this one has that floating backspacer that makes the noise. I've got this knife as well. It doesn't make nearly as good of a sound as the other one, but it does make a sound. But it seems like the rattlesnake designer guy has been throwing that into a lot of his knives. Good morning, Waylon. Oh yeah. So yesterday I forgot to mention Waylon's pocket check, but I thought that was super cool. He had $14 in this entire pocket check, and that's my kind of budgeting. Pretty awesome when you can put together beautiful knives, but he said he had $14 in that whole deal there. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of metal he uses. I believe it's just steel. But it reminds me of those little, I know you know what I'm talking about, the little wind-up music boxes that have those little fingers that make different sounds. And what are those? What are those little things called? So it almost looks exactly like that little thing. The little fingers on it. That's kind of how it's built. So I wonder what would happen if he cut them at an angle and made them different lengths. If it would make like a different tone every time. Yeah, I figured one of them was a freebie. But those little things, that's about exactly what it looks like. But I don't remember. Yeah, I was starting to pick up on that, drummer, that you wanted to make one with a tuning fork. Whoops, wrong knife. Let me put this one up. I don't remember actually the tuning fork. And let's find out if it's at least steel or aluminum. We'll see if it's magnetic. I don't remember how he cut the little fingers on that knife. So let's pull it out here and see what's going on. Pull it out. Yeah. All right, where are you? Oh, it's not in. It was just in the case I was just in and closed up. I keep thinking it's a clone, but it's not a clone. It's an original knife. All right. Let's take a look at this thing again and see what we got here. It does ring out, though. All right. Let me take this apart again real quick. And if I remember correctly, we only needed to take out this back screw on the clip. Be careful around Damascus knives, he says as he drops the screwdriver down onto it. The longer one goes in the clip, I remember that much. Get out of the way of the chat box. Oh yeah, the floating balls. Thank you for reminding me. I will try to be careful. All right, all the balls are still in there. We are good. None of them stuck to this side of the washer. All right. So let's take this little thing out of here and see what we got. He did go straight across with the, man, that screw was about stripped out. I don't know what I just said. All right. Oh, you got to take out the silly. Man, what a pain in the butt. Come on, backspacer. Get out of my way enough I can get this out. There we go. So he did. It looks like he went straight across with those little fingers. But let's find out if it's magnetic. No. So it is aluminum like I thought, or titanium. It is non-magnetic. Yeah, we took it apart, but Drummer wants to make a design with this, with the tuning fork inside it, so I thought I would show him again up close. And I wanted to see if he did an angle on that line so it would make different sounds. But it kind of looks like they're all the same length, so they would all make the same kind of... They're lined up pretty good. But yeah, now you see why I said they remind me of those little music box things. Because you can see the resemblance. Anyway, so it's not even... We could find out if it's titanium really quick. It really wouldn't take... Well... I don't want to mess with plugging my power supply up, but at some point, I'll try to figure out whether it's titanium or aluminum. I could try to ano it, and if it didn't... Now, which way does that go in there? Okay, it goes like that because it has to offset. There we go. Let me get this back together before those balls fall out of the bearings again. But yeah, be shady. You can see that those are those IKBS kind of weird where the balls just drop down in there. I think they're made to be like that so that they're free floating and super smooth. And this knife does have some of the smoothest closing action of any knife I've got. All right, we're almost back together safely. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I bet it looks titanium to me. If you can look at it and tell, I bet it is titanium. My watches that I bought like 4 months ago are out for delivery today finally. My second shipment of them. First shipment got lost. Second shipment finally made it looks like. I'm excited about getting a new watch. I've been stuck with the same 20 that I've got for the last 4 months. Yeah, I'm curious what different metals would make different tones. That's very interesting. Something I had not pondered. But yeah, those bearings make this knife, I mean, buttery smooth. Looks like we got a good sound. Hopefully the mic's picking it up. Anyway, that was good. Good little segment there. All right. Malcolm, I ordered two. I'll show you the two watches I got since you asked. I got this one. Hold on. Just a second. I got this one. The new version Omegas. I liked the way that one looked. Very clean. I got that one. And I got this one. A Patek Philippe. I got the root beer color combo. I don't have any gold watches or rose gold watches, so I thought I'd get something to be a little different. So those are the two that are out for delivery today. I buy all my watches from the same guy. Got this one on today. My date just. I've had it on for the last week or so. And this one does have a solid back. Malcolm, they're both fake. So no, they're neither one were very expensive. About $150 each. Thank you, Mitchell. Y'all want to see? Here, I'm going to show y'all a couple of really cool ones I'm thinking about getting next. And these are not fakes. These are our original brand. But check out these watches. This is from a company called Watch Dives. And they've come out with some crazy looking, beautiful colored watches. The watch game has really stepped up in the last few years since China's been getting, or last 10 years since China's been getting in it. Those are super cool. And then check this out. I almost bought this one, this red and black Oyster Perpetual. And let's see, there's a purple one I wanted y'all to see. Let me see, where is it? Oh, by the way, if you've not joined the Discord, please do so. It's a great place to hang out. And this Bulgari is one of my next purchases for sure. And this one is a super clone, but that's a super cool. It's titanium watch, but the movement in it is sick. Yeah, that's a super cool watch. Here's it. So they make it with a gray face and a white face, and it's ultra thin. Super cool watch. I was trying to find. There's a purple one. There's Mister's watch. Nice knife. Look at those pins. Oh, there's some of your pins. All right, then. I see you there, Mr. Mister. Yeah, I hadn't noticed all those pins before. And X-Acto knives and a little bit driver. Super cool. Drummer, let me show you the best purple watch out right now. Let me show you. There's somebody selling a Anthem. Probably already sold, but somebody had one for $140 yesterday. All right. Rip time. Let me just show you watch dives. Right here, I think. Well, this was one of them, but this is not the one I was trying to find. Hold on. They have a new model with this sparkly. Yeah, the cracked ice. Here we go. This might be it. Let me see. There's a blue and purple. Purple ice crack. So check out that one. The way you turn it in the light, when you turn it in the light, see if they got a video. But it changes colors. It's pretty cool. They have some other ones too. I can't remember the newest model. Let's see. Let's look at the new arrivals here. Yeah, that's the natural stone. Yeah, that's Tiger's Eye, black onyx. That green mica looks good too. But hold on, they had. Yeah, that's the one we looked at, I guess. But yeah, go check out Watch Dive site. All right. So the guy I buy from is this guy. Whoops. And he has pretty much every watch you can think of. I buy a lot of U1 watches. But let me see here. Who makes that watch, TC? F1 watches. Oh, it's a Richard Mille, isn't it? Formula One collaborations. McLaren. There's the McLaren Richard Mille. You can get replicas of those. Let me see if my guy has any on his site. If you want to see some awesome knives, check out Andiot watches. So these people make some awesome super clones, and you pay for them, but you can get an AP that hardly anybody in the world could tell a difference on. Let's see if they've got. Yeah, let's see. See what they've got. But these are the super clones. These are the ones you'd want to get. Yeah, they've got 5 pages of them. Which one is this one? Let's see. I don't know which model number the McLaren one is. That looks close. But the photography work this website does is pretty sick too. Let me just find one to show you real quick. We'll go to one of these first ones. But when you go to the actual listing, they have some crazy good pictures of all the mechanisms. Close-ups of all the parts of it. But yeah, go check out andiotwatches.vip if you want to find some super nice ones. Yeah, go check out that site if you want some really nice ones. And there's lots of super clones. If you want to find the best clones, go to Rep Time on Reddit. There's 570,000 people, and you'll see every kind of watch possible, including all the new brands that are not reps too. A lot of them post on here. But let's see if I type in F1 in here. Tag F1 release. Let me type in. Whoops. And a lot of these guys post their QC shots, but you can get some really nice watches on there. But go check out Rep Time on Reddit. And you will find probably the exact one you're looking for. All right, back to knives. Let me see what M390 knife pops up today. Oh, actually, no. Forget that. Let's go back to Reddit. Why is this guy, Protean? Why did he stick it in? What is that? A briefcase? Not sure why he stabbed it in there, but he was having trouble getting it out. Yeah, what was really going on at the beginning there? Oh, it's a card table. Maybe, no. I don't know what he's got it stabbed into. And why. See what else we got. What else y'all want to talk about this morning? What? EJ Workman Knives? All right, let's check that out. EJ Work. I'm going to add his bookmark. I think we looked at his one other time. Yeah, he does make some super cool little fixed blades. I'm pretty sure we looked at his site before. Well, I like that one a lot. Wish these pictures were bigger, but wonder what the inspection. Let's see. There it is. There we go. Now we got a big image. Yeah, I like that one. I want to go back and look at the tan one now that I got the inspect open. Let me see. There it is. Yeah, that's a clean looking knife. Any of y'all who haven't smashed that like button, please help me out with the algorithm. Drop a like. Y'all been doing great with that recently, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, I like his work. I like a lot of the stuff he does. Seems like he's putting out some work too, boy. He's cranking out some knives. Wonder if that's the kid. My story. Wow. That's pretty awesome. Good job, kid. Be awesome to get him on stream one morning. With his parents' permission, of course. Might try to reach out to him and see if he wants to come on one morning. Teach us all some stuff about knives. All right. What's next? Yeah, what is next for the day? Let's see. Let's go. Whoops. Wrong blade site. Let's see if anything cool has popped up on Blade Bins this morning. I like that version of the parallel. I still need to get one of those parallels too.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Yeah, I don't know how anything I just said sounded like Alexa. You're definitely about to get unplugged. The Bel Air. What else we got? What are you guys carrying today? What do you got in your pockets? I know you would, mister. No, you don't like AI, mister. My Google chick sounds like she's from either Australia or the UK. Hey Google, tell me a joke.
What's the most musical part of a turkey? The drumsticks.
All right then. But yeah, I like her voice. Yeah, I showed your pocket check, TC. Ashton's carrying the Dixon. Yeah, how do you like that thing? It's super nice, isn't it? Yeah, I can't believe that kid. Michael, what are you... Oh, I think you're way behind, Michael. I think you need to slide the slider about 5 minutes to the right. Because I haven't been talking about that kid in a minute. Yeah, I showed your whole pocket check a minute ago, TC. Where did I put my Dixons? I don't think I put them with the... Oh, they're right behind me on the magnet. Mitchell, you use the same Google chick voice? That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds way better than the... Yeah, here's my two Dixons. But they are awesome. As far as action goes, I mean, they're just buttery smooth. This one's about perfect. This one had a little bit of a light detent, but they're both just slam shut. Yeah, I just wish they had jimping, man. The no jimping throws me off. It's very slick. Like your finger just wants to keep going up the ramp, and I'm like, stop. But I really wish this knife had jimping on the ramp. Whenever I try to lock in, my finger wants to keep moving up the ramp. But not all knives have jimping, so I get it. And I've got my file over here. I could put some in. But then it wouldn't be like the original. We just wish the original did. I wonder if has he put out a video yet about these knives? Has anybody seen him bitching about him yet? Because you know he will. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast the other day where they were talking about that, recording your loved one's voice, and somebody was cracking up at how cruel it was. Some kid's mother died, and before she died, they recorded her voice and they put it in a teddy bear. And I just don't know if reliving the fact that they're gone every day with that teddy bear or with the AI voice would be hurtful or would it be comforting. Like, I just don't know if you'd want to keep hearing it knowing they're not there. But, and talking to a voice that sounded like your loved one, I don't know. I think it would make me more upset than comforted. Because you would know it really wasn't them. I don't know. It's a touchy subject. Yeah, Ashton. I mean, I can eventually get locked in. But it's still very slickery. Oh, that's cool, Christopher. Good morning, Trouble Bunny. Yeah. I know, mister, they had those little like greeting cards that you could record a voice on to have like a memory of. Something like that might be better to just check in on every now and then instead of having something that you like conversated with. I'm not saying it wouldn't be yeah, last recordings of people are pretty, special sometimes. I've got a voicemail saved of someone who is no longer with us either. That is pretty cool to hear every now and then. Every 6 months or so, I'll go listen to it and reminisce about good times. So if y'all don't come up with anything else you want to talk about, we're going to start winding this one down today. I've got to get off my butt and get some more stuff done today. I really did take yesterday off pretty much completely. Not sure what I'm going to carry today. I'm probably going to check this out and try to cut some stuff with it and see how I like it. Like I said, it's got very minimal wiggle. And when you push back, it has absolutely zero. Yeah, Christopher, that's all we need is him getting a bigger head than he's already got. Do you have any time frame? Have you talked to Lemifshi about the Mojave? Do we know when it's coming? Michael, why do you keep saying you're sorry, buddy? Maybe you just now heard the live thing that you weren't caught up with the live. No need to apologize, buddy. I was just trying to get you on track. I need to figure out why it does that to some people, because they'll be responding to something I said 5 or 6 minutes ago, and I'll be like, it makes me lost. Like, I wish the live tab actually meant live. Yeah, I'm curious about the Mojave. when it's going to come out. And I'm really curious about what patterns they're going to offer. I'll tell you what, that Mosier clone, one of my top of last year. It's got some of the best action. I liked it so much I bought 2 of them. And I don't ever do that, of the same version. The only thing I did that with last year was that knife and the Vespa. And actually I got a different blade version of the Vespa. But yeah, that knife is awesome. But all we've got so far is the rendering, and I want to know what patterns going to come out with. Oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all yesterday, I forgot. So a guy used his laser and lasered in a pattern on the Dixon, and it looked really good, and it made me want to try something with my laser. Wow, that new KB, pretty nice looking. Yeah, that's nice. I guess that's the 153. We got to go look at that real quick. Is it even out yet? KB 153. The Anteater. Don't forget, if you ever go to White Mountain Knives, use my code Alchemy10 to save 10%. Maybe that one's been out. Maybe I'm just not looking at, maybe I just hadn't seen it recently and struck my eye. But yeah, I wanted to show y'all. I got sidetracked for a second. Squirrel. But he took one of these plain Dixons and he used his laser. It's Patrick D, one of my buddies on Reddit. I wanted to show y'all. There's my flipper tab delete post. Yeah, there it is. So he used the laser to laser in We the People on that Dixon, which was pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome, Pete. Which DNA lasering scales did you get? You know that those, the ones on my Shaman are from him. Which scales did you get for the PM2? I like his, I bet you got those. Why is access blocked? I bet you got Sagaiha. That's my guess. I like these. Well, that's weird. I'm blocked from Etsy. Probably my pop-up blocker. But I like the snakeskin ones he's got. The ones with lotus base. Okay, so they're rounded off. Let me see if I see them. you'll get me the link here in a minute, but I was trying to scroll through and see if I could see them. I have no idea why it's blocking JavaScript or something. Let me see. When I click on any of them, rapid JavaScript disabled or not working. Got my IP address. That's great. It's all good, Pete. Just pop us up a link when you get a chance. But yeah, that laser pattern is pretty cool. I'm wondering about the milling. Oh wow, they don't have any. I'm pretty sure they'll come out with that pattern. But I hope they come out with that pattern. They'll probably come out with that pattern, and that pattern, maybe. I don't know. Be interesting. And the regular milling. Mister, stay safe, buddy. Get in an interior hallway. I think with this knife, they picked a good one to replicate over there because it's a frame lock. And I think they'll get it dialed in pretty good. Yeah, DNA sells everywhere. He's got his own website too. Come on, Link. Yeah, there's the snake skin. I like that one a lot. Let me see if I can figure out. Yeah, I don't know why I keep going to that one for Pete. I guess because I know he likes that pattern. Yeah, I like the depth of his lasering. It gives just enough grip. Where's my shaman? I've got a mess on my table. Don't even see my shaman at the moment. Oh, here it is. But yeah, I like I don't know, it just gives it like a 1000 grit sandpaper feel. But it could be deeper. But that's one of his patterns. Yeah, it's just got enough. I mean, it is grippy, but it doesn't feel as good as, like, it's not even as deep as that milling. Love my shaman. All right, guys. I think we're going to start ending this one up. This little chunky boy is nice, though. It's got such a solid feel when you close it. It's got really good action, too. I like this little thing. Fits my hand good. But I think I might go with these two today. That looks like me. I think this one's going in the front pocket and this one's going in the back. Well, fellas, it has been fun talking knives with y'all this morning. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me. Oh, Valley Blade Works is who you were wishing was a little deeper. Now, this thing makes a great noise. Super solid. All right, yeah, I'll check them out, TC. Appreciate it. I've heard of Valley Blade Works. Don't know I'm familiar with much of his stuff, but anyway, guys, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great Thursday, and I will see y'all tomorrow for a new drop Friday. Peace.